Go ahead. You can introduce it.
Well, welcome everybody to No One Knows What They're Doing.
No one knows what they're doing.
No one knows what they're doing. Yeah. We don't know what we're doing.
No, we're figuring it out.
So we just decided to start a podcast together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, since we both, I guess, we both have our individual creative ventures and stuff. And Alecia has her own podcast that she does. And I'm part of another podcast.
Yes.
And things like that. So we figured maybe we're, with our powers combined.
No,
it's okay. We can call on Captain Planet. No,
yes.
I mean, we can make something together.
Yes. So we're just gonna, struggle our way through this.
Yep.
This episode. So welcome to our first episode. Yay. So yes, no one knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I am Alecia.
Say your whole artist name.
Okay. Well, I am Alecia Renece.
Mm-hmm.
I am a writer, a photographer, a singer, and I think just an artist.
Mm-hmm.
What I am depends on the day, the project.
Yeah.
But those are the main three things that I dabble in. And you are?
I am, I guess, on the internets. I'm Jam Calpin, or I prefer to go by J. Calloway Pinckney. That's what
Ooh,
I'm. Yeah, that's my professional moniker that I'm trying to go by. But it depends on what I'm doing. So I guess a writer, blogger, podcaster, but I'm also a voice actor and do audio production and stuff. So yeah, J. Calloway Pinckney or Jamiel Calpin, depending on where you're searching.
Mm.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
What do you want to talk about? What are we talking about?
Right. So to get this started,
I mean, I guess we can explain what the concept of the podcast is.
Oh, yes. How about that?
Yeah. Okay. So the gist of the podcast idea is we're going to try to give our thoughts and commentary on stuff that's going on in the world. Yeah. But we're not trying to focus on politics or anything specific.
Nah.
We're actually really probably coming from the perspective of like creatives. Yeah. So to give you
if they happen to intersect, they happen to intersect.
Yeah. If they happen to intersect, they intersect.
Yeah.
So the three subjects or sections of the podcast would be, the first one is like trending topic, right?
Sure.
So you got it written down you have it written down on your paper.
According to the notes.
Right. According to the notes. So according to the notes, the first thing we were talking about is like trending topics, and that could be anything that's going on in culture or whatever. Yeah. Next is arts and entertainment. So we're going to give our feedback or thoughts about whether it's movies, music, anything
books.
Related. Yeah, books, anything related to arts and entertainment. Yeah. And then the last section, I guess, is just considered personal development, where we might...
Using air quotes.
Air quotes, definitely. Personal development, where we're talking about, could be relationships, could be being a creative in general, could be business, entrepreneurship, any of the other stuff. So all those things kind of come together, because the reality is, in our world, there's a lot of people doing a lot of stuff, but it kind of seems like no one knows what they're doing, including us. Yes. So we're going to try to, give our thoughts about the things that are going on in the world, things that are going on in our life, and hopefully share some things that can be beneficial to you guys. Yeah.
And we want to share the honest truth and our honest stances on things. And, honestly, we don't want to come on here and, look all pristine or sound pristine and perfect.
I might, because I'm a voice actor. So I need a job.
But, we just want to give it to you straight. And, we're just trying to figure this thing out. Life, entrepreneurship, creativity, all of that.
Indeed.
Yay.
Cool. So I guess we'll hop into our first section of today.
Yes. So today we're going to talk about social media.
Social media.
Yeah. Which is kind of a phrase that is kind of recent, I would, assume. Given this influx of all of these different platforms and... Technology. Yeah. Things that, at first we're like, oh, that's cool, that's interesting. Now consume us, Yeah, so...
What is your earliest memory of social media?
Ooh.
Or like because I guess social media, to me, the understanding of, well, not the understanding, but social media is very specific to the internet. And, you know, the general idea is that you have these digital platforms where you can have interactions with people.
Yeah.
So what's your earliest interaction with social media?
I think last night when we were talking to a couple of our friends, talking about Zanga.
Oh, like, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that platform I think was my first interaction. If not that, then maybe like Yahoo Messenger. I don't know if that really counts as social media, to be honest, but kind of digital connection or online connection definitely would be Yahoo Messenger. And some people had AIM. I never had AIM. Yeah. I never had AIM.
AOL Instant Messenger.
Yeah, no. RIP. But, you know, I never had that unless people started using it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't honestly, I don't know. I don't know if people are using either of those, Yahoo Messenger or AIM, because there's so many alternatives now in regards to chatting and stuff like that. It's
more convenient, all in one place kind of thing. Like Google. Google has taken over everything. Yeah. But yeah, definitely Zanga or Yahoo. What about you?
I'm trying to think. Maybe Zanga.
Okay.
I do definitely remember like the Yahoo Messenger chats.
Why do you shake your head?
Because it was so stupid and such a waste of time. Like,
but it was the best thing.
It was it was like the best thing. But I just remember I must have been like middle school or something like that. So early teens.
Wow, middle school?
Maybe.
Wow.
Early teens. And trying to embark like I guess this will sum up my Yahoo Messenger experience. ASL is everything.
Age, sex, and location. Yeah. Wow.
And it was just stupid, you know, get in there and people are trying to have, and it having like debates and arguments about stuff, and then people, I guess, trying to find love in these things, because you being in chat rooms. You're in chat rooms and people are like, yo, there are no females in this chain. Like, it's just so sad.
Are you serious?
Yeah, people are always looking for somebody to, and it, you know, of course, I think the internet just gave rise, you know, internet and social media in general just gave rise to people's, not extreme, but people's perverted hearts. People will say the craziest things online that they would never say in real life to anybody. And it's just like, yo, this stuff is disgusting.
Yeah. I definitely think the internet kind of opened my mind to all of those things. Like before the internet, you know, your world is only this big. And I'm using a little fingers. Like it's that big. You know, it's your mom, your dad, your immediate family, your friends, and what you learn in school, you know, and
classmates
then,
and stuff.
Yes, the internet just opened like, what is it? Pandora's box, I think, for me. Like sometimes it's like, whoa, too much. Like I've aired too far over, you know, to the dark side. So
Yeah, so I mean, there's Yahoo Messenger, and I think the next big thing probably like MySpace.
Ooh, MySpace.
Yeah, MySpace. And for me, I know a lot of people when they were doing MySpace, it was, in essence, it was kind of like the precursor to Facebook.
Yeah.
And my, you know, because I was in high school when that was happening. I guess we were both in high school when that was happening. And so Facebook was still reserved for college students.
Yep, I remember that.
And so MySpace, on the other hand, though, was like, like it was the biggest thing. Like everybody wanted, what was it, top 8 or something like that? Like you wanted people's top 8. Was it top 8?
Top 9?
Or something like that. I think at one point, I think at one point you could change it.
Yeah. That's sweet.
You know, it was like top 8, and when you signed up, your only friend was Tom.
Yikes.
And stuff like that. I just realized, like, the whole time that MySpace, he never changed his profile picture. Like, it was always the same picture.
I feel like to this day you can follow him on like Twitter or other things, and his pictures
is still the same.
I feel like it's still the same picture.
That's
really nostalgic.
It's classic.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I approached MySpace, it was more like I was trying to.
What is this?
This is like embarrassment. That's what it is. I'm sweating. I approached MySpace with the intent of being a rap artist.
Aww, so, okay. Yeah, it's okay.
No, it was bad. Like, I knew it was bad when people in my class would be like, yo, you got a MySpace page and you're rapping, right? I'm like, oh, no. That means people are actually listening to this
You've
stuff.
Been found out.
I've been found out. And I don't know if that was like one of those infamy kind of things, or like, you know, any publicity is good publicity.
Sure.
So
I don't even think I was aware that MySpace was like an artist's kind of platform.
Yeah.
I never knew that until like later.
Yeah.
Until after, it kind of, died.
Yeah. Completely lost the battle.
Yeah. I was just obsessed with being able to like customize my page and like add music and like all of us were coding. Like all of us were coding back then and we had no idea.
Yeah,
like
it was HTML all day.
Yes. Yeah. Like I think that was the best. That was the best thing about it. I don't think I've come across anything much like it, like being able to. Facebook is, nice, but you can't really customize.
Yeah, it doesn't give you the same kind of customization. I mean, they're trying, but
you think so?
I guess, like, you can change that background thing.
Oh, okay, the border, banner.
Banner, you can change the banner kind of thing. But yeah, it's pretty much set in stone. But I don't know if I would even at this point. I don't know if I would even want to be that involved. In social media
to design on your page and stuff.
Because that makes sense, if you're a kid in school or whatever.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
But at this point, I don't know. And I know for other people, like those maybe like 10 year our senior or like 5-10 years our senior, they had a different social media experience. Like I remember hearing about like my older sister, she was talking about maybe like Black Planet or stuff like that.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I have no personal experience with that, but I wasn't supposed to. It wasn't for, it wasn't for me.
It wasn't for you.
Yeah. It wasn't for me. Yeah. But, everybody has their different experience. But like now, social media can just be a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And
I don't think it was always that way. Like in the beginning, it was kind of just for entertainment purposes. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't any ads that I remember anyway. There weren't any... I don't know. It wasn't as much competition. It was just kind of like everyone was kind of their own individual and it was fun. Even Facebook, like when it first started out, I remember maybe it was like 2006, 2007. I was in a typing class. And I was like, oh snap, Facebook is for everyone now.
Yeah, I was blown.
You were blown.
I was blown because I had just gotten into college and I was like, yo, I'm signing up for my Facebook account. Oh, it's available for everybody. Oh,
you're not special.
Right. You're no longer part of this elite.
Yes.
You are normal.
Like, you are 2 years ahead of me academically. Like, so when it opened up to everybody, it was kind of bare. It was kind of like basic, my little 5 friends who were on there. And I don't even know if I thought that it was going to be successful. I just thought it was like, okay, this is new. This is fun. But I would always go back to my MySpace page. Now Facebook has like taken over like everything.
Yeah.
So what about Instagram? Like when did you... But you didn't always, have access to Instagram.
I like the way you did that. Yes. There was some time before I got a smartphone.
Ooh, sometime.
Within
the last, 3-4 years?
Recent.
Yes.
But I don't know. I mean, even at this point now, like, I'm not super interested in Instagram.
Okay.
Okay, so my top probably social media apps or things that I use are probably Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and maybe Tumblr, if that's considered a social media page.
Sure. Yeah, I think so.
Twitter is my favorite.
Yeah, same.
I like reading. I like getting little snippets of stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like for the most part, if you're using Twitter, sure, they expanded their character length or whatever, but if you're writing something on Twitter, you have to think about it and kind of put it down. And sure,
it's an art to it.
Yeah. There's certain skill to it. Even if you're doing a Twitter rant, when it's like multiple posts or whatever, you still got to think about it. And it's, from what I've seen, it's usually something. Well, I guess from the people that I follow, it's usually something of substance. On Instagram, to me, Instagram and Facebook both feed FOMO very, very much.
Yeah.
Whether it's looking at people's dinner or whatever
struggle plates,
whatever vacation they're on, or all that stuff. It's just something about the visual aspect that doesn't really appeal to me. But I don't know, it could be different for you because you're a photographer. Like you're
I think when I first got on Instagram, so I think this was in 2010. Like, it was very basic, again, it was very intro, okay, you have the square, you have the space to say stuff if you want to say stuff. And
right.
It wasn't really about like the hashtags or the followers. It was just like, oh, this is what I want to share today, But as it grew, I feel like again, like it became like you mentioned, like FOMO, like very competitive, you know, who can live their best life on Instagram, who can make their life look the most beautiful and, you know, curate things to, you know, perfection.
Yeah.
And I think at some point, like you said, it kind of feeds discontentment, you know, and I've fallen victim to that. And I think that's why sometimes I don't get on social media. Facebook gives me anxiety. Like it makes me feel like, do I really want to take in all this information today? You know, and it doesn't make any sense because no one can really see that I'm there.
Yeah.
But I think for me, knowing that I'm about to get on this emotional roller coaster on Facebook is just overwhelming, you know?
No, that's true.
And I want to keep up with people's lives, but like at what cost?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You know, it's like some post might make me cry, and then the next post is like, oh, it's really exciting and really happy. Yeah. I just don't believe that God intended for us to take in all this stuff all at once like this. Like, it's just very overwhelming.
Oh, yeah. This is like oversaturation of just content.
Yeah.
And a mixture of content, too. Like, I'm sure you could curate your audience or you curate those who you follow to the T, but still.
Kind of, yeah.
You can't necessarily control everything about it.
Yeah.
Especially now when they have ads are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like,
every other post is an ad.
Yeah. So I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Like I rarely, if I get on Facebook, I get on, I might look at the first two posts that come up in my newsfeed. I switch immediately to my profile. So it's whatever my stuff is.
Yeah.
Then I go and check the notifications. You know, and the little notification just gives you that summary.
Yeah.
And
this person did this or that, yeah.
And if it's something of interest, I'll go and look at it. If not, mark as read just to
go away.
just to clear it up. But it's just a lot. I don't know. Like, the way, to me, it doesn't seem like the best way to spend my time.
Okay.
And I understand everybody has different perspectives or different uses for it. Yeah, there's a social aspect. I'm sure a lot of people get in trouble with being on it too much at work or whatever. And then there are those who use it for business. And I know we've talked about that before, just trying to figure out how to use social media or finding alternatives to social media to actually grow your business. Because that seems like the only option.
Yeah.
If you don't have a social media following, if you don't have a great social media presence, then that means you're doomed. You're going to fail in your business.
Right.
And to some degree, that may be true, but I don't think that's the case. Because just as much as there are endless webinars about social media marketing, here I can help you get 1,000 followers in 30 minutes or something like that. There are people talking about, no, like this was a waste of time. I need to do something else.
Yeah. And
so like Facebook, in certain social medias or platforms or whatever, it just seems tiring. Like it's just tiring. And it's not helping, at least for me in my personal experience, it's not helpful in developing that social aspect.
Yeah.
It just,
which is kind of ironic.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's true.
Not doing what it was intended to do. And I think in the beginning, maybe its purposes were pure, like their intentions.
Yeah.
But like, definitely now it's just like, oh, even with like all the algorithms and stuff. And I'm so sick of hearing the word algorithm. I'm so sick and tired of hearing it.
It changes like every week.
Yes, it does. And like you can't keep up. And so now you're competing with literally millions of people to try to be seen by the most people, to be respected, to be heard, you know. And I just think it's interesting. Like I said this to you before that, if I didn't have to be on social media to be successful, I would not.
Right.
I probably would just post about my life, just in general if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, this is something I want to share with y'all, or which I do, but I also feel like, I've fallen prey to, these webinars about like social media success and the fact that people are getting rich off of what? Teaching people how to be successful on social media, which doesn't necessarily equal, money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah.
You can have 1 million followers and be broke.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And I don't really want to be attached to a machine. I don't want to be, a slave, as I mentioned before. Like, I don't want to be a slave to this machine. It literally is a machine. You know what I'm saying? And upon like doing research, finding out that these companies know how the brain operates. They hire like people who know how our emotions work and like our thinking works and really using that stuff against us, you know, because they know like, okay, we want approval. You know, a like equals like, you know, oh, I'm affirmed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then some like Instagram, for example, will hold back likes from you to make you keep accessing their system, keep accessing their program. Right. And it's like, at what point is it like, okay, enough is enough? Like this, you know, this is crazy. I'm not going to sit here and I don't want to stress myself out. I don't want to spend hours during the week planning my Instagram feed or planning my Facebook, you know, strategy or whatever to be successful. And I am determined to find a way to be successful without having to use social media. I think it's a great, I think it's great to be able to share the process and to like encourage other people and to kind of be to have access into other artists' lives. But I don't want it to be, you know, my main source of success or income. You know? No, definitely. But I'm just trying to figure out how to do it without being attached to it because it's crazy. Yeah. It's really crazy.
Yeah, if any of you guys have tips about that, send them our way, please. Or any resources or ideas because social media is crazy.
And then at the end of the day, it's not even yours. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. You can curate your profile and then Instagram might shut down tomorrow. Right. And then what? Sorry. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to take all these pictures down.
For real. Like, and then also you have to continue to finding out like different algorithms and different tricks and tips. It's like, I really don't have the capacity to think about that right now because I'm trying to think about actually creating great art, actually creating, you know, stuff that I want to share with people. Yeah. You know, so
that's true.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, I'm not an anti-social media person. I think I'm just anti-slavery to
addiction to it.
Anything. You know what I'm saying? So like being a slave to, you know, likes and, you know, people who don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just to feel affirmed and appreciated. I literally take social media breaks. Yeah. You know, because it's so easy to have your self-worth and your, you know,
that's true.
Yourself wrapped up into this image that you portray
that's true.
On social media, you know.
That's very true.
What is your final thought on?
I mean, my final thought about it is
because you're so removed, like you're so like whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at some point I'm going back to a flip phone, so I'm joking. I don't think I can do that.
Help.
You're right. I think at this point to me it's kind of like a necessary evil, and not only for business and for creativity's sake, but also the social aspect. Yeah, like there are so many people attached to their phones. Yeah, that it's really hard and. At this point, the culture of social media is a very prominent part of our world. If you want to keep up with our current president, you have to be aware of social media. Like, sure you can see stuff on the news and stuff like that, but if you're not aware of what Twitter is, if you're not aware of the fact that he chooses to use that as an opportunity to express himself, you have to be a part of that. Yeah. I don't know. It's like not being aware of paper books, like this is what the medium is. You know, social media, regardless of the platform, this is what from young to old, because my mom uses Facebook avidly. Like, she's not old. She's not old, but you know what I'm saying.
I feel like whether it's cross generation,
you have to be aware of it. It's just
it's everything. Yeah, I envy your dad though. Your dad is very anti social media, and I'm pretty sure he's living his best life. Yeah. You know, and I think that's one thing I don't want social media to do is make me miss out on real life. Ooh, you know, those real life moments. It's so easy to be like, oh, you know, a small silly example, food, you know, and not really taking in. Remember Parks and Rec, that episode where Aziz's character, he was there like testing the wedding food and he was taking pictures of the wedding food, but he never ate any of it, you know? Yeah. And I think that can speak to actually people like living their lives, you know? Yeah. We're so busy taking pictures to share with other people to make our lives look good, you know? And not even for memory's sake. Because sometimes you post a picture, you never go back to those pictures, you know? Right. You're taking those pictures to, again, be affirmed by other people that you're missing out on actually living, on actually conversing with people, on actually, you know, walking down the street and speaking to a stranger, you know, just the simple, like, living experience you're missing out on because of your phone. And that's crazy. Yeah. That is crazy. Yeah. But
it's real life. moving on to the next section of the show.
Yeah. So as everyone has heard by now, the Queen of Soul, Miss Aretha Franklin, has passed.
Yeah.
And, it's always, no matter how, old or how, many artists pass, it's always a shock,
Yeah.
Especially for people who have had, huge impacts, in our lives, just musically. We don't have to know, but we know how their music made us feel, and that was the connection to those artists.
Yeah.
So, so.
I guess condolences and big love to the Franklin family.
Absolutely.
And just again, her impact is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
It's just ridiculous. You can't be called the Queen of Soul without having...
No.
Nobody just easily picks up that title. Which I guess, in my mind... Okay, so... I don't even know if this was what we're planning on talking about.
It's fine.
But in situations like that...
Yeah.
Whether it's like Aretha Franklin...
Yeah.
The Queen of Soul... And... Correct me, because you're really the musician person.
Okay. Pressure.
No, it's okay. James Brown.
Okay.
King of Soul.
Okay. Right?
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Let's look it up. But yes.
Sure. But in situations like that, in our culture, are we okay with just letting that be? Or are we looking for an opportunity to try to find a replacement?
You can't. You just can't.
No, I'm just, because, I'm just wondering, because whether it's Aretha Franklin, James Brown, Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Those are ridiculous shoes to try to fill.
Yeah.
But I know it seems like everybody's always looking for something of their generation.
Yeah.
So consider like sports.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, for a lot of people, is the greatest basketball player of all time. But depending on who you ask in their generational positioning, that may not be true.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if that's the same thing when it comes to art, when it comes to music or film or anything else.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just a thought.
Just so people don't, kill us. It's Godfather of Soul.
Godfather of Soul. Okay. I knew it was something.
Just to verify. It's Godfather of Soul. I mean, I think, years from now, the thing is, Aretha Franklin's career, I was looking, it was 6 decades. That's 60 years of making amazing music.
Yeah.
And standing on her own and not needing, anything from anyone, no gimmicks, no nothing. She was
just awesome.
The Queen of Soul, and I feel like also when you think of soul, I feel like maybe the definition has changed over the years.
Okay.
Because even soul back in the 60s is different than what people would consider soul in the 80s.
True.
But I think for someone whose catalog is that big,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that impactful, nah. There can never be another Queen of Soul.
Yeah. No.
Just like with Michael Jackson, King of Pop.
Yeah.
I don't really see anyone taking that title.
Yeah, no. I guess you get that title from the impact that you make.
Yeah.
Because at least I would be very surprised in our lifetime, at least with the culture that we live in, for there to be an opportunity for there to be a replacement.
Yeah.
For any of those, those icons in music. Because I mean, the music industry itself is old, but isn't that old.
Yeah, no.
Maybe a century.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more than that.
I also think, what are people going? The King of Rap? Who is that going to be? You know what I'm saying?
I think people are still debating that.
You know what I'm saying? Even to be the king of their area or whatever. I just feel like, back in the 80s, the King of Rap would be totally different. You know what I'm saying? Than the King of Rap maybe 10 years from now. Because even in rap, there's so many subgenres now. Yeah. So it's
that's
and
true.
Honestly, recently, I don't think I've ever heard, unless I'm wrong, any titles that people have been given.
Oh, in regards to that? Yeah.
No.
Well, yeah, I would say that in general for all music.
Okay.
Yeah, not even only hip hop or rap, but there are so many different genres.
Yeah, there are.
I mean, I guess there could be. We would probably have to dig into it because I'm thinking about blues, country music, house music, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, she'll probably always and only be the Queen of Soul. Yeah,
and then who has that work ethic now?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Who is really lasting?
Yeah.
60 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not saying that everybody has to.
Yeah.
But it's like.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I think that's true for, that kind of goes back to social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because of technology and because of our current culture and the information age, everything is transient. Like, it's very short-lived.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, to be able to have that impact for that long
mm-hmm.
is rare.
Yeah.
It's really rare.
And I think, like, so Mary J. Blige, right?
Okay.
Looking it up, Mary J. Blige is the queen of hip-hop soul.
Okay.
So, but again, it's Mary J. Blige. Like, like, she's been around, for a minute.
Yeah.
And her sound is consistent. Like,
yeah.
Her work is consistent.
Yeah.
But, like, who else, like,
yeah.
is... And, I'm sure there are other artists, out there still, who are making great music, decades.
Yeah,
but, I'm just wondering if the people that are starting now are still going to be, like, making the impact that these greats have made on future generations. I'm not sure.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's true. I mean, let us know what you guys think.
Yeah.
Are there... Is it even possible to have replacements?
Yeah.
Like, if you think about a kingdom, usually if one king transitions out, a new king comes.
Yeah.
Or a new queen or whatever. Like, is that even possible within the arts and entertainment realm? Like,
and should it be done?
Yeah, or even should it be? Or should it just...
We honor that person for who they were,
And that's just what it is.
Yeah, because I feel like if I were to ever, blow up like Aretha, like, if somebody were like, oh, yeah, you're the new queen of soul, I'd be like, no.
It's like, nah.
I wouldn't feel comfortable with doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that would be kind of disrespectful to...
Yeah, that's true.
Her place.
Yeah, because, I mean, that would be really hard.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, I'm the new 60-year impact. Like,
big shoes to fill.
Yeah, this is huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
To be able to do that. And I mean, I think I agree with you. It may not even be necessary.
Mm-hmm.
That may not even be the point.
Mm-hmm.
Should be a standard set. Like, maybe I should be creating art to impact people the same way they did.
Yeah. Whether
it's for 60 years, 10 years, or for the next 5 minutes of the song. Mm-hmm. Like, this should be a standard for me to get it going. And I don't know if that's always the case. I don't know if that's the case with the way art is now.
Yeah.
Or music. And I use art in a very general sense.
Yeah.
To include all forms of media.
Yeah.
Because it's not only music.
Yeah, no.
It could be for film, TV, I'm sure theater, if there are theater geeks out there. But, there's comparisons. Like, a lot of times people want to reference a golden age of something.
Yeah.
And where we are, I think that's not necessarily the case.
In time, you mean?
Yeah, in time, because I think everybody just wants to be relevant right now.
And that's the difference, right?
That's a big difference. Like, if you're just constantly, I just want to be on the billboard for 2 weeks.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah, and it's... Yeah. I don't think it has the same impact.
Yeah.
If that's what your art is for. Like, how can I do whatever it takes to get to the top right now?
Yeah.
Instead of...
Versus the long game.
Yeah, the long game and doing that deep work.
Yes.
Like, all right, whatever...
And true and authentic work.
Yeah. Like, whatever the coolest sound is right now, how can I do this so I could ride on it?
Yeah.
Instead of like, no, I'm going to dig deep into my soul and pull out whatever is there. Like,
yeah.
I don't think that's very present. And if it is, it's not what's on the charts.
Yeah, no. Yeah, a lot of artists I listen to that I really love are not... Yeah. On the radio. Yeah. And that's fine for me because honestly, I get really irritated when artists I love become like everyone can consume them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, they don't appreciate, and that might not be true, but they don't appreciate the music as much as the people who are really like, oh, I love this artist.
Yeah,
they're not even...
Yeah.
Because at what point do artists become a fad? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of songs on the radio, they're catchy and they get in your head because they're constantly played on the radio.
Yeah.
And also, everyone loves it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and, people might, kill me. The Beehive might come for me. But it's like, if I say I don't like Beyonce, or if I don't like a song by her.
They're going to stop this podcast right now.
Exactly. They're going to turn it off and it's just going to be a mess, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, why can't I, have my own opinions about...
Right.
What I like and what I don't.
Right.
But my point in saying that is I feel like a lot of songs are good, but some songs I feel like are really hitting on the radio or getting airplay because of groupthink. Because it's like, we should like this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Versus like, the song makes me feel. And I think for me, when I love artists that make me feel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even if it is fun and want to dance around, like that's fine. But I am more drawn to artists that kind of, evoke some sort of emotion.
Right. It's true.
So like, are you going to talk about her? The artist there.
I mean, you got the paper, you got the notes.
Oh my gosh.
You got the notes.
So what are your top 5 artists right now that you're into?
Oh snap! Right now?
Right now.
Gosh.
It doesn't have to be nobody famous or nothing.
Shoot, I'm struggle through top 3.
Okay, let's do top 3.
Right now.
Yeah. Like current artists.
Oh, so people that are actually out. Okay.
Well, we could just do. Okay. Let me rephrase the question.
No, it's okay. I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Try it.
So in this moment today.
Yeah, in this moment today.
Today, because it could change tomorrow.
Yes.
And that's fine.
Yes.
What are your top 3 musical artists? Like, what's in heavy rotation for you right now?
You go first.
Oh, no. Okay.
No, yeah, because I mean,
that's fine.
One, I really enjoy music. I do. But there are definitely seasons where I just won't listen to anything. Yeah. Because like right now, I think I'm really heavy into podcasts, which I'm sure we can talk about another time.
Yeah.
Just podcasts in general.
Yeah.
So music. All right, I'll do this. I'll try to do. I'll do this okay. for the sake of actually answering this question. Okay. I will mention artists that I've listened to recently.
Okay. That you enjoy.
Yeah, that I enjoy.
Yes.
The first one that comes to mind is this group. They've changed their name. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up to see what their name changed. But they used to be called the Arrows. Okay. And
they changed their name?
Yeah, I think actually, if I'm not mistaken, they broke up. So,
oh no.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't a bad thing.
Okay. It just time.
Yeah, and I'll look it up. Maybe I can put it in the show notes or something. I don't know. But I still enjoy their music.
Yeah.
So the Arrows, let's see. I'm going to have to delete all of this silence while I think.
It's okay.
I'll say Jay Dilla.
Okay.
Because,
just found out who he is, and he's amazing.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jay Dilla.
Don't hate me.
No, yeah. Jay Dilla, I enjoy listening to not only the stuff he's made, but the stuff that he's also influenced as a producer and as an artist. And 3, because I don't think I can do 5. Okay. So the Arrows, Jay Dilla, and I guess the group that's sticking out in my mind now is St. Paul and the Broken Bones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
that's the guy from Mahogany Sessions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how
y'all should look that up.
Yeah. That's how excuse me. That's how I found out about their group.
Yeah.
Mahogany Sessions, which is the YouTube channel, and I think they have a NPR Tiny Desk.
Oh, nice.
Episode as well.
Nice.
So, but listening to their music.
Yeah.
I think those are the big ones currently.
Okay.
How about yourself?
So I might be able to do 5. We'll see. I mean, much like you, I'm kind of in a podcast lately too. Mm-hmm. So when I do go to listen to music, these are like my go-to, artists and albums.
Yeah.
So in no particular order, I love Leanne LaHavas. Mm-hmm. I love her.
Hi, Leanne.
Hi, Leanne. Right. Hope you maybe one day hear this. Maybe, possibly.
Right.
But no, she's amazing. I really resonate with her music. That's music I can feel.
Sure.
I love Frank Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
I love Frank Ocean. I love Channel Orange, of course, because I think memories are attached to Channel Orange, like just that phase in my life.
Sure.
And Blonde is really good as well.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Frank?
Hey.
Mr. Ocean, I'm sorry.
Mr. Ocean. But yeah, no, that Blonde, the album is really good as well.
Mm-hmm.
I also like an artist named Jamie Wood. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. It's spelled Jaime Wood. Or was it Woods? Either way, she has an EP out called Troy. And it's really, really good. I think it might be like 4 songs.
Okay.
She's amazing. She actually sang background for the next person I'm going to mention.
Sure.
And Emily King. Mm-hmm. She sang background for her when we went to a concert.
Okay.
And at the time, I didn't know who she was. Yeah. And so I kind of accidentally fell into her music.
Yeah.
And I realized, oh my God, that was her. Like, that's the same girl. So, of course, number 4 is Emily King. Mm-hmm. Her EP 7.
Okay, yeah.
7 was a great EP. Or is it album at that point?
Is that the one with Georgia on it?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Emily King, if y'all haven't listened, y'all need to go listen. She's amazing. Yeah. And that's music that feels good, too.
Yeah.
So 7 was really good. Her new album, or her, most recent album anyway. Dang, what is it called?
Brain fart. I think I might have 2 more, but keep going.
Okay. That's good. Switch.
Switch? Oh,
okay. Switch, yes. Emily King Switch. That album is really, really good. It's longer than, the 7, the EP. And also she had another EP before 7. Okay. And it was really good too. I like that too. But I like her music. I like her voice. I love her vocals, like the harmonies. Oh, it's just so pretty. So yeah, Emily King. And then let's see, one more. I feel like who I listen to because whenever we're together, we always listen to the same things.
Okay.
Kid Cudi.
True.
I love Kid Cudi. Oh, I love him. I especially love Man on the Moon. Okay. That was my album. And again, memories attached to that too, but I think I just loved I loved his honesty, about depression and like sadness. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And his stories that he tells is the stories that he tells are really, they resonate with me. Sure. So, Kid Cudi. So, I mean, that's today. Tomorrow will probably be totally different people. Also, one more bonus one. She's a local artist, I think, Jamiel Silvera.
Okay.
Yes, she performed
Yeah.
She is amazing. Her music is great. And she did a cover of a Cranberries song.
Okay, yeah.
And
she did that at the Sunday Social, right?
Yes. Yeah. Dreams. So it's Dreams by Cranberry. She did a cover of, and it's absolutely beautiful and it's amazing. So, and again, like I said, depending on where I am, what I'm feeling, depends on what music I listen to. So I've been listening to a lot of 90s, early 2000s music. So
okay, yeah. So while you were talking, I guess 2 more came to mind for me.
Yes.
So I guess I'm able to actually pass the test.
Yay!
So I said before the Arrows, Jay Dilla, St. Paul, and the Broken Bones. Next, I would say Jay Adams.
Yes.
Yeah, this I guess is considered underground rapper or based off of his last project, The Struggle Rapper. Is a rap artist I found out about in college, so maybe about 10 years ago.
Okay.
He just does phenomenal work. Yeah. It's like there's I don't know any other way.
Else is there to say?
Yeah, I don't know how else to describe it. He was formerly went by Jarrell Johnson, and he changed his name and he goes by Jay Adams now.
Okay.
His stuff is just inspiring and just well done.
Yeah. You've let me listen to a few of his projects.
His projects, yeah. Yes. It's just like his creativity, his artistry.
No, seriously. Storytelling. Yeah. It's like, what?
Yeah, it's just again, phenomenal. Yeah. So yeah, Jay Adams. And then also
shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to Jay Adams. and also Swoop.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. His most recent album, Shine, has, I would say, really been encouraging for me. Okay. Because he talks about really just dealing with real life issues.
Okay.
He's coming from a Christian perspective, but there are songs just in there I've been having a bad day, a rough day, and I just got to turn it on, listen to it, and just one of his singles was "God Is Good." Oh dang, what's the actual name of it? Anyways, it plays off the God Is Good all the time. Yeah, I think that's the name of the song, All the Time.
Okay.
So but that whole album in itself just has so much encouraging music and content.
Yeah, and it is a good project.
Yeah, and it helps you think about things as well. So yeah, those would
addressing
be
current injustices and struggles and stuff.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, those would be my current 5.
Those are good 5s
to answer for today.
We should make this a thing. We should. We should the day that we record, just say hey, this is what
Yeah, what's in our rotation?
I feel like because our taste in music or our interests change kind of frequently. So yeah.
Okay, we'll see.
Yes.
All right. So that's it for the arts and
yes,
entertainment section. Moving on to personal development.
Moving on. So if you all did not know, Jamiel and I are married.
Yay.
Yay. We'll be married in 2 years. Well, wait a minute. No.
For 2 years.
Hopefully longer than that.
Oh, yeah.
No, we'll be married for 2 years in October.
Yay.
Yes. And so we're just going to talk about, we were having, discussions about like marriage life and single life and stuff like that. Yeah. And so we thought it'd be fun just to kind of talk about, the pros and cons, using air quotes. Or, just kind of comparing the two, being single versus being married.
Yeah. So how do you want to do this?
Right.
Like 2 pros, 2 cons?
Sure.
Okay. All right,
or not even cons, because we don't want to say like, oh, one is better than the other. Or
I don't know. No, I'm joking.
Or maybe we could just say like, a benefit and a struggle.
Oh, okay.
Or something like that.
Benefit and a struggle.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Ladies first.
Oh, why put on me?
Because I struggled through
oh my gosh.
through the artist music thing.
Marriage versus being single. Which one are we starting on? Single or marriage?
I guess in proper order of things, we do single first.
Okay. Yeah. So I think a benefit of being single, I think, is being able to dream about like, ooh, who I'm going to marry. Like, it could be anybody, like it's just very, for me, I like, dreaming and imagining things. Yes. So to dream up this like dream guy, it was fun. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like there was I was going to say there was so much hope. Not that the hope has been,
wow.
Not that hope has been taken away, but I think just the idea of, being open to possibility, like any possibility. Was kind of cool. I think another benefit is kind of being able to define yourself or your life without considering a lot of other people.
Okay, yeah.
Like I think in general I'm considerate, but I knew that if I did something, this would just affect me or just affect like my immediate family or whatever. Now it's like, if I do something, I have to think about like a whole other person, like, a whole grown person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And really considering means like talking about things first and talking them out and planning things and making sure, that, things line up, whether it be schedules or, finances or whatever, wants, needs, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's true. Did you want to do your struggles?
You could do your
benefits first of singleness?
Yes.
Okay. Benefit of being single.
Go ahead.
The wallet. So being single, of course.
I'm milking you dry? Is that what's happening?
Nah. It's just because I think. Okay, I'll start with singleness, and then I think that goes both ways. It has a singleness, and then it has something to do with marriage. But money. So being single, you don't have to worry about anybody else.
True.
Like your money, depending on
your
how
problems.
Depending on how you look at marriage and stuff like that. For us, we work on. It's our money.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I got this paycheck. It's my paycheck. No, it's like our money. We put it all together. But when you're single, if you need to save on something or if you want to splurge on something, you can do it without asking.
Yeah.
You don't have to care about, with the other person, how it's going to affect the other person. Like, well, if I want to struggle the next paycheck because, I wanted to go on this trip.
Right.
And just go off of noodles for the next, however long.
Real life.
I can't really do that. I can't really do that with my spouse. I can't do that with Alecia. It's like, I just went out and bought this. Oh, but we ain't gonna have money for the next. No, I can't do that. That's irresponsible, and I think God would be mad with me, and probably my mother-in-law and my parents. So that's not a good look.
Yeah.
The benefit of singleness is that you can manage your money the way you want to, whether that's responsible or irresponsibly. Like you can, if you want to be irresponsible, it's up to you. Yeah. But there's a freedom to that.
Yeah.
In singleness. Another benefit of being single, I think, is time.
Yeah.
Time, but this is also something. This is a benefit in singleness, but also can be a benefit in marriage, and I'll get there.
Okay.
But your schedule is whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to stay up all night, I can. Or if I wanted to get up at crazy times I can, or getting ready to go places. Yeah. I'm on my schedule. I'm on my agenda. Yeah. Like whether I'm going slow or need to go fast, I don't have to worry about, I can't, if we're going out somewhere, whether it's going on a trip or something, I can't just get up and leave. Like that's not going to work with two people. It's like, it's like, I'm ready. Well, so I'm leaving. Right. Like, at least, I don't know. Maybe some people do that, but we can't do that. No. We can't do that. That's not going to work with us. No. But time in that sense, like you can control it. Like it's the way that you want to use it. You don't have to think about accommodating somebody else. So it's like, all right, well, this is what I want to do today, but I might have to use my time to help my spouse with something. I have to help them with this. Or if you're in a marriage situation and you have two cars or you have one car and you got to work that out. It's like, well, I got to do this. I got to do this. We got to work on how we're going to share this 24 hours together. Yeah. But if you're by yourself, if you're single, you can do however you want to do. If you want to sit and binge watch something on Netflix, that can work for you. If you want to wait till the last minute for stuff, that can work for you because you're controlling just you. And I think that can be a benefit. Okay, so struggles with singleness. Ooh, yeah. Men can be trash. To be honest, men can be complete garbage, and I don't mean the whole person. Clearly, I'm not talking about people equal garbage. I'm talking about their actions, and I have had the roughest time being single, and I don't miss that. I don't miss being heartbroken. I don't miss trying to figure out what people mean when they're saying things and they're not saying it. I don't miss, competing, for someone's love and affection, even though I should have done it in the first place, but whatever. I don't miss being lied to. I don't miss, I don't miss none of that. Yeah. Just the mental state I was in because of, giving these men chances was garbage. Yeah. So that's definitely. I want to put a little footnote in there. Sure. Like an asterisk to the phrase "men are trash" or whatever. Okay. So the reality is, it's true. So I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, no, it's. A lot of men would be like, no. Yeah, and I think I was in that camp for a while, but I think once you. Okay, so this is the asterisk. It is true. And the reason it is true, or the reason that I feel like as men, we don't want to admit that it's true is because we don't want to listen. And I'm not trying to be whatever. I don't care. I don't care what you guys think. It's just that it's just the reality. Actually, like, don't care. For me, like hearing the stories of, the perspective of my wife and the previous relationships she's been in. Yeah. There are dudes out there, it may not be you, but there are dudes out there that treat women badly. And yes, it's not every guy. Yeah, yes. It's not every guy. Right, and I think that's just the reality. Like, although it is true, it's a true statement, that doesn't mean there's nothing as men we can do about it. Like, we can help our brothers, or we can help, if you're a father, you can help your sons to not walk in that pattern. Because I know it's also true because by talking to my wife and learning more about how, as a man, your actions can impact or influence a woman, you find out, oh, snap, I was trash at some point. And I mean, you don't want to, hey, it is what it is. Yeah. You find out and you realize that, dang, whatever previous relationships I was in before, by hearing, oh, this is this is how a woman processes things, then you realize, dang, so what I did do, I can see why that hurt her, or I can see why it came off this way. Yeah. And if you don't sit down and listen to actually get the perspective of the other person that you're relating to, you're going to continue to stand in that stance of like, no, it's not true. I ain't trash. Rolls eyes. More than likely, you probably are. You are. And that's okay. It's not, but. No, it's okay in the sense that if you come to that revelation, if you come to understand it, you can change it. You can stop being trash. Yes. Like, you can stop mistreating women. It's possible. All right, brothers out there, it's possible. We don't have to continue to do that. Please. Like, we can make a change. Yes. So continue. That was end of that. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. Yeah. So no, I don't, that whole, and
and I, as a woman, as you know, just for myself, and it probably isn't every woman's experience. Like, while I did, you know, enjoy dreaming up this dream guy, it was not fun, you know, and while you're in relationship with someone for the, you know, to kind of lead you on to believe that they are the one, like you're giving 100% and this person low key is just giving 50. Yeah. And then telling you that you're the reason why they're giving 50 or somehow like you don't deserve 100. Like, no, I'm so happy that's over. So so that's my number one struggle with singleness. Yeah. I think another struggle with singleness, I don't even know if there is another one.
That encompasses all struggle.
Yeah, because honestly, when I was single, like, and not talking to anybody, I was fine. Yeah. Like, of course I wanted to be in a relationship eventually, but like, I was good. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was having fun by myself. Yeah. But like, when it came to dealing with people, you know, who treated you crazy but made you feel crazy, that's when like my self-esteem started to plummet. That's when like I started feeling like garbage, you know? But before then I was at peace. So, I mean, you know, that's not everybody's experience clearly, but I think for me, I was good because I had a good set of friends. I had a good set of male friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't need a man because I didn't need a man, you know, like, you know, my father wasn't in the picture either. So like, but I had great male friends, you know, who were always there for me, who were always supporting me. When I needed help moving, they were there helping me move. When I needed advice, like, you know, or some, you know, even understanding. Because as a woman, I don't think like a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way I can process things like men do. Yeah. They were there to help me to process that stuff. Yeah. So, you know, I had everything I needed, you know, but when you make room for someone and they come in and they trash the place with no remorse, no apologies, no cares given. You know what I'm saying? That's when you start to feel that emptiness because you weren't empty at first. You know what I'm saying? Like you were full, but when you make room for someone else and they treat your space like it's not sacred, that's when you start feeling emptiness. So I think for me, that was the only downside of, besides the occasional like, oh, you know, I wish I had a boyfriend, you know? Yeah. That was the only struggle for me. Yeah. And, you know, that's it. Sorry.
No, I'm trying to think of mine. Struggles being single. I think I may not have identified these as struggles while I was single, but definitely now as a married man, I can see it. Like, one struggle for me is just, was for me, was loneliness, sort of. But not loneliness as in like I'm just like, I'm so alone. But like the lack of that immediate companionship. Yeah. And I have great friends. Like I have great friends, great male friends. But there's a difference. Yeah. And I have some great sisters too, but there's a difference. Yeah. Between a sister and a wife. Like there's something there, and I guess this is gonna go back to the footnote. It's got to go back to the footnote. Like, okay, so we've had this conversation before. All right, this is kind of a side tangent. We've had this conversation before about why a married man, a man married to a woman, can't, and I'm willing to stand on this, can't have a close best girlfriend. And you know, I tend to disagree, but sure, I don't think it's possible. Okay, because that kind of relationship, the bond that a man and a woman are able to create, just emotionally, not even talking about sex or anything like that, but emotionally, I don't think, from my experience and from the experience and advice that I've gotten from other men in my life, can't be created with a man. You can't do it. Like, there's something about.
Wait, you're saying the relationship you have, the close relationship you have with a woman friend, is something you can't have with a man friend, right? Or a male friend,
right? Okay. So it's like there's something unique about that relationship. So, you know, people was like, well, I got a best guy friend and I have a best girlfriend or whatever. Okay. So the relationship that a man has with another man, that's cool. Okay. But the relationship a man just, I don't even know if it's biologically, I don't know if it's the way God knit our souls together. Okay. But it's something deep and special about how a man can connect to a woman and vice versa. Okay. So if you're getting married, or if you are married, it's rather difficult. Okay. I would be very close to say it's impossible for you to be able to have more than one of those kinds of relationships.
Okay.
That deep kind of soul-tying relationship with a woman.
Okay.
Because, again, it doesn't have to go to sex or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
It will lead to so many problems. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Are you speaking from experience or like
from not from maybe low key, but not. Only reason I say that because I've only been married once.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, but I know I've been in relationships before.
Okay.
And I've attempted to have a close.
Got you. Yeah.
Female or woman friend, and that had issues.
Okay.
So, it just can't work, and so I would say like. And this goes to the footnote. I know there are brothers out there who try to have friends that are females or that are women, try to treat them like the bros, have them in the friend zone all day long, and, try to keep them around, but they won't see them as a romantic interest, and they'll kind of just be floating there.
Okay.
And then they try to have a romantic relationship with another woman. Mm-hmm. Then there becomes strain. But more than likely, they're not aware of it because they don't really care, which is bad.
Yeah.
So there you have this girl over here who has invested greatly in this brother. Yeah. And the guy's invested greatly in her because he's pouring out. There's something about a man being able to pour into a woman that's different than pouring into a man. So like if I'm venting about stuff to a brother, he's going to receive it and respond differently than if I pour myself out to a woman. Okay. I don't know if it's the nurture aspect of a woman. Like women just receive things differently than men do. Mm-hmm. Like I can share all my woes with a bro and he'll just like, I understand, we're going to get through this. Yeah. But there's something different. I don't know. The only imagery I can think is like when you're sharing something with a woman, she's going to wrap you in herself and like
give you a hug.
We'll give you a hug, but it's something with her heart that her soul is different. Yeah. So like I can dap up my brother and be close, but it was like we're not intertwined. It's like I don't know. It's hard to. I think I get what you're saying. Articulate it. So if you have this woman over here and this in the friend zone, and I know we're going on long, but anyways, so you have this woman that's over here in the friend zone or whatever, and that you've created this bond with her because whatever frustrations you got, you've poured your heart out to her. Okay. And she's been there encompassing you with her heart blanket. Yeah, yeah. For you to go and be like, all right, I'm giving you all of myself, but now I'm going to actually go over here to this woman.
Kind of feels like betrayal.
It feels like betrayal. But then if you try to keep her over there as your heart vessel where you pour yourself out, your wife or whoever you're going to be with, whatever woman is there who is designed the same way, but you neglect to give yourself to her, and you go over here to this other woman and do it, that's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. Like, sure. It's not going to be a problem.
No matter what people say.
No matter what people say, I'm sorry. Like, I don't, and sure, maybe.
No, I've never been in that situation, so I can't speak from experience, but.
I don't know. And so, I mean, I put that in the footnote in regards to like the men are trash, because I feel like at times we don't realize that. We don't realize that this is what we're actually doing to women. Like, yes, I appreciate our friendship and stuff like that. But at some point we have to realize that if we're moving into marriage, if we're moving into a serious relationship, I cannot keep treating you this way. Yeah. I can't keep treating you because what I'm doing is I'm saying this part of my heart is exclusive to you. And by doing that with another woman or something like that. And again, I'm not talking about sexual stuff. I'm talking about just your soul. It doesn't work. You can't do that. You can't keep pouring yourself out in these two different vessels. It's not, in my understanding, God didn't design us that way. Yeah. I'm supposed to pour myself out into my wife, and this is how we become intertwined, and that's how it works. And so as bros, if we're doing that, that's hurting lots of women. Yeah. Women are feeling neglected. They're feeling used, whatever. And so that kind of brings me all the way back to what my struggle about companionship when being single. Like, you can't have that effectively. It wouldn't be healthy and beneficial. Because again, like I said, I have great brothers, I have great friends that were with me through ups and highs and lows and stuff like that. But to have a special someone that I could pour my soul out to and have that kind of bond, that was absent in singleness.
Got you.
That was a long struggle. The second struggle, I would say, I don't know, did that make sense? I hope that made sense.
Yeah,
okay. The second struggle would probably be, I don't know, that's hard. I mean, I don't know. Like, this answer is going to be the answer to multiple things.
Okay, that's fine.
The second struggle is money. Like,
wait, so it's a benefit to be single and a struggle?
It's a benefit and a struggle. Because, like, it's a benefit because you can use it the way you want it, but it's a benefit because you ain't got none. Like,
depending, I see what you're saying.
I mean, it's a struggle because you don't have it.
Yeah.
It depends on the person. I mean, if somebody's balling out of control, they don't care.
Yeah.
But for me, in my situation, like, it's nice to have somebody that's having a little extra cash in your life.
Yeah.
To be able to deal with stuff. And, it's, you know, like, and I'll use this as a segue into the benefits of the benefits of marriage. Having somebody that can help you struggle through things.
Got you. Yeah.
Is great.
Yeah. Being
alone in your situation, oh, my car broke down.
Yeah.
Sure, I can ask my friends. Sure, I could do whatever. But it's different when it's like, me and my spouse, we're going to figure this out. We're going to work this together. We both, whatever, we have more resources together than we did apart. Because even if the situation comes, we have to ask friends. If I got friends and you got friends, that means we got twice the friends.
Yay.
Right. So that means we have more resources to tap into.
Yeah.
But if I'm by myself and a situation comes up like that, I'm short. So that it's a struggle for singleness, but I think it's a benefit, segueing into the benefits of marriage. It's a benefit in marriage because we're on a team.
Yeah.
We're partners in this situation to build, like a lot of people like to say, build legacy or empire together. You can't, it's really hard to do that by yourself. There is no, as much as people want to say it like self-made or whatever. No, there's a team.
Self-made.
There's a team involved.
Absolutely.
Sure, that team isn't getting any credit from that person. Yeah. Maybe that's the case, but everybody needs
somebody
something.
Put you on.
Right. Yeah. There is some aspect of a community helping you, whether it's big or small. And your initial community as a married person is your spouse. You and that person. You are your own little community, and you're growing together, you're building together, and you're overcoming things together.
Yeah.
That's a huge benefit. Yeah. Like that's, I think, one of the major blessings of, you know, being together or being married. And not to say that should be the only reason that you get married or whatever, but
no.
So that was the second struggle, but also the first benefit of marriage. The second benefit of marriage, and I'll just say it to play my role, is sex. Okay. So
I was waiting. I was
hey, like, know, why not? You know, so you know, I don't think I need to go into much detail about that, but there is that benefit. So benefit sex. Okay, your turn.
Yay, sex. So my benefit was going to be much like yours, like having a best friend. Like that, you know, it's different. You know, I have best friends, right? And I love them and they're amazing. But I think having someone, you know, who's, you know, invested in all of your like parts and pieces and even the broken ones, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The ones that don't serve you. Yeah. Like the broken pieces of yourself that doesn't even serve the other person. Yeah. But they're still concerned about your well-being and like, you know, at the end of the day, at the end of an argument, they're not going to throw you away, hopefully. Right. You know, they're not going to throw you away. They're going to come back and you're going to talk about it. They're honestly and sincerely committed to you. I never had, you know, even relationship-wise, I never had like, you know, clearly a relationship turn into marriage except for this one. But in all those situations, I was let go. I was deemed as like, you know, throwawayable or disposable. Or, you know, replaceable or, you know, a waste of time, et cetera, et cetera. Like the list goes on. Yeah. And I think for this relationship was the first relationship that actually made me feel like I'm worth something. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I'm romantic anyway, you know? And so I think for me, having like a best friend who is really like, you know, who sees you crusty-eyed and slobbing in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Right. Throwing up in the bathroom and, you know, all types of stuff, sick, like, and still loves and cares about you, like, unconditionally. Like, that is, like,
Yeah.
That's amazing to me,
yeah,
you know?
That's true.
Another benefit, I would say having someone to do stuff with. You know, like, I don't know. I mean, sure, you know, sure, sex is great, but like,
nice.
But I think for me, I'm more interested and more drawn to like relational connection, I guess, and like heart connection.
Right.
And I think, you know, for me, I love being able just to like go to the grocery store with you or walk around Target with you or, you know, sit on the couch, watch Netflix and not do anything at all. Or like how excited I get like for us to cozy, like, and not have to go anywhere or to get snowed in. Like, you know, I love being able to like lay in bed next to my best friend and I can tell you everything and anything and you don't go anywhere, which is crazy, you know, and even things that aren't pretty, you know, that are ugly and at times can seem to not compromise our marriage, but things that
like
challenges our marriage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That challenges our marriage. That's perfect. And you're still committed. And I don't pretend to, you know, believe that every, you know, husband or wife is like that. You know what I'm saying? I know that there are some, you know, crappy husbands and wives, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I think for me, I'm really blessed in that I'm able to show all of my ugly, you know what I'm saying? And like, and you still want to hang out with me and go to the movies with me, you know? So, yeah. Yay.
Yeah.
So, if y'all are married or single, let us know what y'all think about
what your
singleness and marriage. Or,
the benefits and the struggles of
Yeah.
either or.
Yeah, because I think a lot of times people think like, oh, you're married now.
Wait.
You don't. What?
Did we do the struggles of marriage?
Did we do?
No,
we didn't.
We just did the
Okay,
benefits.
we're gonna come. Yes.
Sorry, guys.
No, sorry, but no. A lot of times, I think people, when you get married, they kind of discount your single experience, and it's like, literally, I was single 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? 2 years ago, I was single. Technically, you know what I'm saying? Using air quotes. Like, I wasn't married.
Yeah.
And also, no one really forgets their singleness. I mean, some people try to act like they do, but I'm probably never gonna forget. My singleness. Struggles with marriage. I think for me, struggles with marriage. Let's see. Which one? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I think you go first.
Okay.
I think I want to think about it.
That's all right. So I'm gonna get my obvious one out the way.
Okay. What? Obvious. Good grief.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm cheating.
Okay.
But the struggle is money.
Money. I'm so annoyed.
I'm sorry, but it's true.
I'm annoyed.
Okay, so money. All right, let's just be honest. Money plays a part everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere. So I would say, even if, you know, dual income or whatever, that's nice. But actually sharing money, talking about money, dealing with stuff. Yeah. So other aspects of money also include debt.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that and like even, sure you get dual incomes, but you know, it's different when you go eat out.
Yeah. 2 meals.
Why? Because you pay for yourself. Now,
that's funny.
Even if you have, you know, you paying for 2 people.
Yeah, and I want an appetizer and a dessert.
Right, appetizer and dessert, special drinks, all that kind of stuff.
All
Before,
of that.
I was good. You know, I'm going to get whatever is happy hour, and I'm going to drink this water, and we'll be good.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep this as low and as minimal as possible. But now, I ain't trying to be, you know, if I'm trying to take my wife out on a date, I can't just be like, all right, girl, this is all we're going to get. We're going to share this.
I got $5.
Right? It's like, we're going to have to make this work. And I mean, sometimes you do have to do that. Sometimes, sometimes it's like, all right, you know, we are going to go pick up something from Sonic and sit outside and talk. That works. And it's perfect. Or, you know, let's go to Chick-fil-A. Oh, nice. It's
premium.
Yeah, right. It's nice. But, you know, it's different. You know, I would even say this, even with singleness, you know, it's different when you're planning on taking a girl out for a date, because you're like, all right, I'm going to prepare for however long I need to.
Save your little coins.
Right. To do this. And during that time when you're taking a girl out for dinner or something like that, and I would say this is the same for women too. And I could be wrong if you tell me. I mean, you can tell me if I'm wrong. But taking somebody out on a date, specifically dinner, while you're single, shows you so many signs about the person.
Okay.
Shows you so many things about their character.
Okay.
So it could be like, go on a date, check comes, who's paying for it? You know, I would hope my brothers out there would be like, you know, I'm gonna pay for it.
I'm old school, so I expect the guy to pay for it, especially if you ask me.
Right. So if we both have, you know, that old school kind of mentality, we're gonna pay for it. Some people are cool with it. Some people are cool with going Dutch.
Yeah. I can go half. If I know your financial situation and like, you know.
Yeah.
And but if you ask me,
yeah,
that's different.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Can be an issue of like, all right, I'm taking this girl out. She's ordering steak on everything. Ooh. I don't know. She might be a little bit too classy for me.
Oh, too classy.
You know, like I got to figure out how I'm gonna accommodate this girl because she's got good taste. I'm eating chicken tenders and stuff like that, and it's working out. But those are signs.
Yeah.
It's different when you're married though.
Yeah.
Because regardless of what your wife wants, I mean, sure you can, you know, you can work on it. It's like, hey baby, this is the budget. This is what we gotta work with. But it's different because it's like either way, we both can't run out on this check.
Yeah, that's true.
We got to deal with it. We got to, you know, whatever, and plan for it. Yeah. So I mean, I would say money in that sense, and then the reality is finances in general is one of the hot button discussion triggers for arguments. Because it's two people coming together talking about something that they both have two totally different perspectives on. Yeah. Regardless of whatever premarital counseling or whatever you do, everybody has two different experiences with money. Yeah. You could have a couple, one came from plenty, one came from less. You can have some that, you know, they just have a bad relationship with money in general. Yeah. Good relationship, whatever. People have a lot of credit card debt, whatever, any of the case. And those two beings coming together and having to talk about it, talking about something that's very real, something that you can't live without. Yeah. We don't live in a utopia. Yeah. I don't think one exists in the world. Even the idea of people trying to, you know, like make Bitcoins, that's still a form of monetary use. So you got to deal with it. Money just plays a part. Yeah. So I would say that's definitely.
You have to trade for goods.
Right. Yeah. So even if we were walking around with gold coins, it's still money. We got to talk about it. How are we going to use this gold coin today? I don't know. But that's definitely a big struggle in marriage. I would say the second struggle for me is finding out your flaws. Very, very difficult. Yeah. Because when you're single, it's just you. Yeah. You know, maybe you have some decent friends that'll tell you, hey man, you need to work on this or whatever. But when you're trying to intertwine your life with somebody else, you're with them all the time or majority of the time, you're exposing this or that about yourself and vice versa. Flaws will come up. Yeah. Mistakes that you made, they're gonna come up in your face. Yeah. And you got to deal with them. And that can be very hard to deal with. Yeah. And I think that transition from singleness, because, you know, when you're single, you ain't worrying about it because you're comfortable, and you, more often than not, you're comfortable with yourself. Yeah. And you only have your perspective about yourself. It takes other people to look into your life to say, this ain't too good. You need to fix it. You need to change that or whatever. Or, you know, you don't see how you are directly impacting somebody, again, unless somebody tells you. Yeah. And then if you're in the dating or courting phase, most people are lying anyway. I don't want to say that. not.
It's a lie.
Not saying that most people are lying, but most people are doing their very best to put themselves forward. Oh, yeah. That's like the interview process. I'm going to go in and I'm going to use my professional voice. I was going to say something else, but you know, you put on your best foot forward. But once you get into marriage, it's different. Yeah. I don't know if
it's masks. There's no
you see everything. You just take it off, and you know, you might try to put the best foot forward for a little bit, maybe through the honeymoon, maybe. But once you come to the place that you're saying things and doing things, and it's offending the person that you say you love and that you care about, and that is being presented to you, that's hard to deal with. Yeah. But you know, that's a struggle and a benefit, because it's a struggle because who wants to do that? Nobody wants to find out that they're hurting somebody else. Nobody wants to find out that they have failed somebody. They don't want to find out any of that stuff. Yeah. Because you know, most times you think the best of yourself. Yeah. I'm good. There ain't nothing wrong. But when you find out, no.
Actually.
Yeah. There's actually stuff you need to work on. Yeah. Which serves as a benefit. Yeah. Because, you know.
That is a benefit. It is.
Yeah. And you go through that process, you're able to grow. And you're actually able to mature. Yeah. So, struggle. The second struggle would definitely be finding out your flaws.
True.
Your turn.
I think for me, one struggle might be sex.
True.
I think, your whole life you're trying to abstain and and like, no, I can't. Mm-hmm. And I can't look at this and I can't talk about this and I can't, like, I didn't really have a lot of people to talk about sex with, mm-hmm. Growing up. I feel like it was so taboo. It was taboo in my household. It was taboo, everywhere in the church. You know what I'm saying? Like,
most definitely.
Yeah. And so then when you get married, you're expected to just like drop your jaws,
right.
and fully embrace your sexuality and fully embrace like being sexy and being okay with being sexy and not feeling any guilt or like.
It's just supposed to be like a light switch.
Right. Like you turn on just like that. And it's like, no, that doesn't. And then I think the expectation is so, like, the standard is so high, like, even though it might not even be real, like, when you first get married, you should be having sex all the time. Like, and I think when you get married, it's really a transitional period, like, that lasts for however long, it might not even just be a month. It might be a year. It might be a year and a half, 2 years, 3, like, you really have to rediscover who you are as a married person. Yeah. And learn not to feel any guilt, because you're not performing, your sexual performance isn't what you thought it should be. Right. Because you're just figuring it out, Yeah. And I think like, understanding that, like you said, it's not a light switch. Yeah. Yeah. And that it's weird. It's strange, to go from abstaining from something and then all of a sudden be okay with it, And even to deal with like sexual trauma, you know what I mean? Like that's tough in itself. Yeah. So I think for me, sex is definitely one of them. And don't let people, pressure you into like being super sexual because, it's hard because sometimes you're just not feeling it. And it's not that you're not feeling the person or you don't love them or you're not attracted to them. Yeah. Sometimes you're just not feeling it. It's just not a thing, So yeah.
No, yeah, I mean it is true. Just to add something before you move on, like I think it's true, especially for in the church or Christian Christian community. Like there's this expectation that you're supposed to be nun or monk holy, and then soon as you get married, it's like porn star. Like what? And then it doesn't. And like it doesn't help that. That is our culture, we're constantly bombarded with sex and sexuality and all these things. And
then you don't want to talk about it. Then how you know what I'm saying? If the church or the people that are, helping mold you are not willing to talk about it, like what are you supposed to do with these, feelings?
Yeah. So then you have like these huge expectations that you're supposed to automatically deal with. Mm-hmm. And I think that can be for men and women. Yeah. It's just like, well, as a guy, I can be like, well, I'm getting married to a wife and she's just going to give me everything. And of course, it's definitely not going to help if that guy struggled with pornography or masturbation. So now he's got this warped view of what sex is supposed to be like and how it's supposed to be with his spouse. And he has all these honest, perverted and twisted expectations. Yeah.
It's unrealistic.
Yeah, it's unrealistic, and it sucks that we're putting the pressure on the spouse to be like, well, now you got to do this. Like, well, no.
And they didn't even sign up for that. They didn't even know,
Right, I didn't even know that existed. What are you talking? And like, it's that pressure is real, and I think it's definitely a topic of discussion that, to be honest, there's no amount of premarital counseling that can prepare you for certain things. And I think sex is one of them. Yeah. Like
there's no class.
There's no class. Yeah. It's not like, all right, here we're gonna try this out. Yeah. And then it's okay. Yeah.
Right. And then every sexual thing doesn't apply to everybody. Like you know what I mean? It doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And the last thing I'm gonna add is like even just the like you were saying, like sexual trauma or just your sexual past. Mm-hmm. Like whether both people are virgins or not. Yeah. Everybody's got experiences.
Absolutely.
And that's stuff that comes to the table and that you have to talk about. You got to deal with. You got to work through. You got to identify. Yeah. And it takes time and it takes work. And I agree. It can definitely be a struggle.
Yeah. And I think my second struggle personally would be working through trauma in general. I think when it comes to like my heart, right? So like, you're going through life and you're experiencing all these men like dogging you and, and saying, again, like it's your fault and you brought this on yourself, or almost like pretending like it didn't happen. The classic guy who leads a girl on and then, oh, but I never said we were anything official, but you were still like putting in, you know, to this relationship as if you were. It's like, you know, men always play women like they're crazy like that, and I hate that. But anyway.
Footnote, men are trash.
Men are
Continue.
trash. Yeah, so I think now that we're married, when we got married, I was still working through things. Mm-hmm. Like, I think people think when you get married, you're just supposed to, oh, it's magical, it's happy, yay, you know. No, like trauma is real. Yeah. Especially if you don't like deal with it, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, you're not really given the space to work through it. And I'm grateful like for you because you gave me the space to work through it, you know, and there was never any, you know, like, oh, you shouldn't be thinking about him. We're married now, you know? And I feel like if I were to really like tell someone that, really confide in some people, like I told my friends, you know, and they were never judgmental about it because they were probably working through their own trauma themselves and they got it. Yeah. But I think a lot of people, if I told them that, it would be like, oh, well, you're not being a good wife because you're not focusing on your husband. And it's like, am I to just deny that I'm feeling this pain and this hurt, you know? Right. And even when we got married, it was almost like a mourning. Like I went through mourning, you know, of these horrible relationships and of my singleness. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
And that's something that people really don't talk about. Yeah. Is like, you know, that's normal. Because even after talking to other people, it's like, oh, no, I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I think for me, working through like those hard parts that I went through in life, and honestly, every experience I went through with a man, whether it be my father or friends or exes or, you know, almost lovers, like it's, you don't really realize how much of an impact it has on you until the dust settles and you're forced to look at all the damage that has been done. Yeah. And I think us getting married really made me take a look around. You know what I'm saying? And on all that quiet, it's like, you know, you're hoping for a love that will last and you finally get it. And it's like, well, why am I not happy? You know what I'm saying? What was wrong? Not that I think that our marriage would have fixed everything in my life, but like, you know, why am I not present enough to enjoy it? Like, I feel like I'm just getting to the point where I'm present enough in our marriage to enjoy it. True. And it's because all the stuff that happened in my life and all the people, you know, that hurt me and all the things I didn't deal with, you know, and all those identities I put in those situations. And relearning who I am. You know what I'm saying? Through love, through God, like through self. You know what I mean? So I think those are my top two struggles with marriage.
Yeah. So like we were mentioning a little bit earlier before we remembered to talk about the struggles, let us know what your benefits and struggles are regarding singleness and marriage. Yeah. Like we genuinely, we want to know. Yeah, we do. Because again, we're this whole podcast is about sharing our thoughts and experiences to benefit. Yeah. So, you know, we're going to talk about whatever trending topics are happening. We're going to talk about arts and entertainment, and we're going to talk about things related to personal development. Yeah. But all of it, in the heart, and all of it is about sharing things that should benefit. Yeah. Hopefully. Hopefully benefit. We pray. Yeah, benefit those who listen. Yeah. So let us know.
Even if it is to be like, oh, they get it, you know.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, just definitely let us know what you think, and if you have any questions, you know, respond and you know, keep up with us. Yeah. With this podcast. Yeah. What's the name of the podcast?
No one knows what they're doing.
Right. So until the next episode of No One Knows What They Are Doing. Yes. Give your information, your stuff, I know we were just talking about social media, but
yeah. So yes, you can still find me on social media. I'm not gone yet. Yeah. But if you want to follow me, Alecia, on social media, you can follow me on Instagram and pretty much everywhere, honestly. Everywhere. At Alecia Renece, and that's ALECIAREN as in Nancy ECE, and that's anywhere. Twitter, Instagram, on Facebook, I'm Alecia Renece the artist, but I don't really post a lot there. But you can, you know, check out. I might start posting more there. Yeah. So.
And you have a website too, right?
Oh yes, I have a website. It's AleciaRenece.com. So again, ALECIARENECE.com.
Right. And for me, if you're trying to get in contact or reach J. Callie Pinkney or Jamiel Calpin, on Twitter is at jam, like jelly and jam Cal Pin, and on Instagram at jam Cal Pin _ because somebody took my handle before it, but I don't know. That guy is probably cool. If it's a guy, I don't even know, but whoever that is,
shout out to you.
And then I blog at vibrantexcellence.com, and I share other things in regards to like Christian personal development. Yes. So But
and you can follow us at Fox and Miles.
Yes.
So on Instagram, we'll have a joint account called Fox and Miles, and that's FOXN as in Nancy. MILES.
Yes.
Yeah, and we'll just share like our little, ramblings and photos and stuff.
Yeah. I think we're going to have like a vlog there too.
Yeah.
So until next time. Again, let us know your questions or thoughts and comments. And
let us know what you think about this.
Yeah.
Or if you have things we should talk about, if you like it, if you don't like it, whatever, just let us know.
Yeah. Because, the whole point is no one knows what they're doing. So we're trying to figure it out.
We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. We're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, here we are.
Yes. All right. So God bless and much love to everybody.
Yay. See y'all.